Hey everyone, well here's a quick update on my M4. I've had it now for just over 4 months and I've done just over 4,000 miles. So about 1,000 miles a month, which is actually pretty low for me. I would normally run about 2,000 miles a month in most of my cars. But I'm not driving this car as much as I drive my other cars for some reason, but I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of this video. The purpose of this video is to answer two questions that come up with subscribers to my channel quite often about this car. The first one being the seats. Everyone keeps asking how the seat's wearing and why did I get that awful color, and doesn't the dogs ruin the seats? But no, the seats are wearing well. Certainly a lot of people warned me about wearing brand new blue jeans on these seats, and I still do go and do that from time to time, and it does actually leave the dye does transfer onto the seats. However, if you have a look at this, you see where the blue is on the seats. If I get the BMW leather care and I just wipe on it, it takes that blue color away and restores the seats in use. So far so good. You know, I've only done 4,000 miles, so it's not like I can give a long-term test on the leather, but the leather seems to stand up well to the mistreatment that I give it, and has no trouble with getting color off for jeans as well. The other question that a lot of people ask me, let me turn this video on, is about the dual clutch system in this car, the Gearbox, and how I compare it to my other cars, how I compare it to other dual clutch systems, and how do you use it generally. And it's pretty straightforward. You know, it works more or less like a regular automatic most of the time. Apart from it's faster changing. You don't have the torque converter, so the changes are very instant and can be quite sharp if you've got it at the right setting. The difference between this dual clutch gearbox and my old M3, the main two differences are this car defaults to drive mode instead of manual mode when you first start off. In my old M3, when you push this into drive, it actually went into manual mode first, and you had to press it again to get it into drive mode. And most people drive in drive mode most of the time. Maybe it's just me, but I'd say most people would drive it in drive mode and in manual mode only some of the time. So it was annoying that it always defaulted to manual mode in my old car. This car, they get it right. It's drive mode and then again for manual mode. How it works is pretty simple. The differences between this and a regular dual clutch is that it doesn't have a regular stick. It's got this funny little knob thing which doesn't have a park on it. I think I've mentioned in my previous videos, if I pull over here, I'll show you. If I pull in here and I stop the car, most of the time if I stop the car, if I turn the engine off now, it'll drop into park mode, and it did this time. So you don't need to put the gear lever into park mode. It goes into park mode on its own. Sometimes in this car it doesn't. It works about 80% of the time. Sometimes it just goes into neutral for some reason. You got to start the car, stop the car, and then it will go into park mode. You start the car, you click it once to go into drive, and then you're away. Once it's in drive mode, there's 3 modes with this little button down the bottom here. The 3 modes basically dictate how the programming of the gears. In the first mode, it's at the most economic. It changes up gears as quickly as it can, and it generally won't drop down until you're near the kick down. Whereas if you put it in the most aggressive mode, the car immediately starts sticking to lower gears and is far more aggressive in its changes. That is, you know, even though I'm just cruising along at 40 miles an hour here, it's in 4th gear, whereas if I put it back into economy mode, it'll start dropping down into 5th gear, 6th gear, and driving a lot more sedately. So that's how the mode button works. And it's true also once you go into the sport mode, which is the manual mode, which you can change either with the little gear knob or on the paddles on the wheel. And it's in the economy mode, it changes pretty nice and smoothly. You can't feel the changes at all. Whereas if you put it in aggressive mode, the 3rd mode, And if I slow down here, I put my foot down, and bang, 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 it bangs through the gears. It changes it far more aggressively once it's in that third mode. So that's how the modes work. The other big difference with the BMW dual clutch system is the way that it starts out. And what I'm talking about is most dual clutch systems, certainly all the ones from the Audi, Volkswagen, Porsche group, as soon as you lift your foot off, hang on, I'll put it in drive. As soon as you lift your foot off the, don't wait for this car to go by. Here we go. As soon as you lift your foot off the brake, it will normally engage on other dual clutch systems. In this car, it waits until you put your foot on the gas and then away it goes. So I like that. I like that it waits until you put your foot on the gas. I think that's more intuitive. The other way is more like a conventional automatic, I would agree, but I like the way BMW does this. I would just prefer a gear lever with a park on it myself, would be the change I'd make to this dual clutch system. So overall, you know, I really love the dual clutch system in these BMWs. It's fantastic. So otherwise, the car's been completely reliable. You know, no other problems. The dealer finally fixed the vanity light mirror that stayed on, that kept flattening the battery. They just replaced the visor, and that fixed it, which turned out to be good because I'd also broken the mirror in the vanity by pushing the seat forward too hard. So that was a win. I managed to get a vanity fix, a vanity mirror replacement that I'd broken because of the light. So it was good. So, but otherwise, no other problems. Car's been completely faultless. I don't know, the dogs, they don't seem to mind the car. I think they preferred the 911 because of the bucket seats, and they'd curl up and sleep in the rear bucket seats. They found that more comfortable. Other little things that I wanted to try and demonstrate some of the navigation features, but I'll do that next time. I'm going to try and record some of the voice commands, because apparently everyone else seems to have no trouble with the voice commands, but every time I use the voice commands in this, hilarious results. It never seems to have any clue what I'm saying, puts in some other random address somewhere else in North America. So I'll do a couple, for the next update, I'll do a couple of recordings of using the voice command system and show you the results that I get, at least. And as for how much I drive the car, you know, I have to admit that I miss the 911, and I will probably go back to the 911 in the new year. I know that would be disappointing news for the BMW fans out there, and that's not taking anything away from this magnificent car. You know, it really is the best all-round sports car on the market today, in my opinion. I'll be interested to see when the new C63 AMG comes out. That looks like it could be a BMW beater. That really is a beautiful looking car. But for now, I still think this is the best all-round sports car. But for me personally, and everyone has their own taste, remember, you know, there's a lot of people out there who will be going, I hate Porsches, I hate 911s, don't go back to a 911. But for me, I miss the size and the sound and the go-kart feel of the 911, as well as the looks. I love the looks of the 911 as well. And despite all the problems I had with my 911, I drove it every day and I loved it. And so I really miss that car. So yeah, I am thinking of switching back to a 911 in the new year. What model, I don't know yet, but it won't be the GT3. That's not a daily driver car for me. It'll be a high-spec Carrera 4S or a turbo. But yeah, that's all the news on the M4. It's still a great car, and everyone else that drives it, I let my friends and family drive it, and they all love it, and it's very, very popular with my car friends, and it still gets a lot of comments and a lot of people noticing it on the highway. A lot of people take photos of it. So yeah, I think the color helps with that. The color really stands out. So it's quite a handsome car, and it draws a lot of attention. So anyway, I'll sign off now, and I've got some more videos coming this week. I've got that helicopter video coming this week, hopefully, if I can get the rest of the filming done on that. And I'll give you another update on the M4 if I at the 6 month mark. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.